Moving anywhere, there are things you need to know. In this video today, we're going to talk about the 8 things you need to know about moving to Washington, D.C. Number one thing you need to know about moving to Washington, D.C. is that it is a high cost of living here. Washington, D.C. ranks as the number 5 most expensive place to live in America. D.C. taxes everything, 5 3/4 sales tax, 10% on alcohol. Neighborhoods that people want to live in, the Logan Circles, the Capitol Hills, the Shaws, Georgetown, the 1-bedroom, 700 square foot condo could cost $500,000. So it's an expensive place to live, and you need to know that before you move here. The number 2 thing you need to know about moving to Washington, D.C. is that traffic stinks. Most people move here and ditch their cars. It's super walkable. We have a great rail system for both the suburbs and throughout D.C. We got great bus routes, and we're a very bike-friendly city. Number 3 is a good thing. Free museums everywhere. We have some world-class museums. People come from all over the place to check out our museums, whether it's the African American Museum, whether it's the archives. It's just a great place to visit museums. Now, while we have such a high cost of living, you can offset that a little bit by spending your weekends being a tourist in your own city. And I mean that. Don't just take advantage of the museums when your family and friends are in town. These are some really great museums. Go check them out on your own. It's a great way to spend a weekend. Number 4, with that little bit on museums, this is a very big touristy place. It's a tourist magnet for sure. People come from all over the place to see the White House, see the Capitol, see this historic city, check out these amazing museums. So when you live here, you want to try to stay away from some of those touristy areas. And if you end up having to be near tourists, you're going to end up on a sidewalk, you're going to be behind them. They're going to move slow because they're looking at all the buildings and looking at all the history. Just be kind, be patient. It's just a wonderful thing about our city that people want to come. Tourists is part of a city like DC. Number 5, DC Cant Build Up. If you're in Chicago or you're in New York, you'll notice a lot of high-rise condos that fit a lot of people, give people a lot of options. DC, there's a height restriction, so we can't have these high-rise condos. It actually limits our housing, of course, makes the supply low and increases our cost of living because it's a premium to be able to find a property in DC. Now, I think it creates a really nice, airy feel. It's nice to not have high-rises everywhere and still be a major metropolitan area, but Can't build up. We're not going to see those high-rise condos. So if that's something you love and you come to DC looking for that, that's what you want to live in, you're probably not going to find it. Number 6, DC is a great spot for weekend getaways. We have so much around us. On the East Coast, it's easy to get to different states in just a matter of a few hours. You can obviously get to New York pretty quickly, Philadelphia within a few hours. There's so much history and just interesting things in those places. But we also have amazing beaches in North Carolina and Delaware to check out. Virginia's got some great wineries. West Virginia's got mountains. These are great places to take advantage of on the weekends. Number 7, brunch is important here in DC. We are a brunch city. People love going out for brunch here in DC. Any of these major areas, the Logans, the Shaws, the Georgetowns, they have great restaurants. People really come together in these neighborhoods for brunch. One recommendation, make sure that you plan ahead, make your reservations, because there can be a long wait list at all these places. So just plan ahead, make reservations. Another little side note, just as we're a big brunch city, we are also a really big happy hour city. So be ready for that. There's some great community that's made here in both brunches and happy hours. Number 8, last one, kind of a fun one. Walk left, stand right. Now, when you move to DC, I guarantee that you're going to use the rail system, the Washington DC Metro system. Now, we have these really long escalators, and what you need to know is that you need to, if you're just gonna stand, if you're tired and you don't wanna walk down or up those escalators, stand to the right, because on the left side, I guarantee it, especially before work and after work, you're gonna have people just flying down and flying up those escalators. Trust me, if you want to stand on the left side, you're going to get a long line behind you of people not being very happy. Just make sure you know that so you don't make that mistake. I've made it. It's not good. Thanks for watching this video. If this helped you out, please press the like button. Also, if you want to be notified about any more videos coming out about DC, press that subscribe button.